Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I have three teams for you. I have two teams for the World event, and a pretty neat team for the Faction Assault using the new troop, I forget his name, Centurion or Centuragon or something like that. He's actually decent, so make sure you pick up some copies of him. Um, Whether it's when you're using your event keys to try to get the legendary or in the glory shop. Either way would work, but maybe do your event keys first. That'd probably be the smartest way to do it if you're going for the legendary. I failed to do that. I'm an idiot. But I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to get a million copies, I guess. But anyway, here's the first team. I showed this yesterday, and it's still working surprisingly good. Uh, we have Reflection of Good, Astral Mother, Worldbreaker, and I think it's Aspasia is her name. So Reflection of Good, you get that up as quick as possible. I think I have a double purple banner helping that out. The class I'm using is Archer because there's a green storm. You get a 50% start. Everybody else on our team uses green, and it's really cool when you use Aspasia or Worldbreaker or even Astral Mother, because then a bunch of green falls, you get a bunch of extra turns if you need them, because Astral Mother, I think, almost one-shotted every single time here, except for once you get to the harder battles, of course. But then you got to expect your medals are going to keep up with it anyway. It's not, don't do your whole world event in the first day or two. Like, I mean, you can if you want, but don't complain about the team not one-shotting if you're going to do your whole world event in the first day or two. You know, you're supposed to keep going, get some more tokens, get some more medals, and then you're more powerful, and your team keeps up with your medals and badges and stuff. You don't complain about it not one-shotting if it doesn't do it on Monday or Tuesday if you're super deep. But yeah, basically just wanted to get up Reflection of Good, then cast it on Astral Mother, and then cast Astral Mother on whatever gem on the board has the most, because usually that's going to wipe in one shot. Now later on you might want to pick like brown, or I think brown or red was the two colors that I was picking. Brown we don't even use at all, so you can remove all the brown from the board if you know you're not going to one-shot, and that'll just help you with your cascades, and you'll probably get an extra turn, and she'll just get right back up, and then you can cast her on the gem with the most on the board, so she can do more damage. But Worldbreaker just there to help with the damage, help with the mana generation. Aspasia, you cast her, and she takes away every single color that Astral Mother doesn't use, and usually that means a bunch of extra turns, and Astral Mother getting up. Here's the second team. I kind of mentioned it yesterday, but it's in full force here with a different weapon. We got the Rose Bow. Using, I think Oracle. What was I using here? What class? Hold on a second, and I'll tell you. Yeah, Oracle, just to help out the weapon, making it a Divinion Fields troop, so our whole team is Divinion Fields. The Rose Bow, boost off of Divinion Fields allies, makes yellow and blue. Guess what color? Astral Spirit. If I said Astral Mother again, I meant Astral Spirit. Astral Spirit, guess what? It uses blue and yellow. Exactly what the Rose Bow makes. And starts empowered. And look at that. It's doing just fine. Like I said with the first team, if you're trying to do the whole world event on Monday and Tuesday, you might run into some situations where you're not one-shotting anymore. But if you just have patience, get more medals, get more power, do a little bit every day, it'll keep up with your medals and everything and keep one-shotting. It should anyway. But Astral Spirit works the same way as Astral Mother pretty much, except for it only hits one enemy and it starts empowered. So you're going to want to pick a color that you don't use, red or brown, once again. Or you can just pick the color that's the most on the board if you think it's going to one-shot. You got three of them, so you can one-shot, 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 and by the time you do that, another Astral Mother should be back up to kill the last one. And if not, your Rose Bow, it hits really hard, and it should one-shot as well. And guess what? If it doesn't, it makes a bunch of yellow and blue on the board, which gets up your Astral Spirit, and just, you can finish them off with that. So this is the no team, the no mythic, no legendary, no Dawnbringer team. Triple Astral Spirit with the Rose Bow using Oracle. Some sort of, let me go look at the banner for you. I know some of you need that. I did a double green purple just to get that bow up as quick as possible, since our Astral Spirits start empowered. I'm not like thinking I'm going to need to have a ton of yellow and blue mana. I'm thinking most of the time I'm going to not even need yellow and blue mana, because the Astral Spirits are going to one-shot, and then the bow is going to finish off anything that's left over. And if not, it's going to make a ton of yellow and blue. It's not going to matter if I have a banner or not. So I'm just using a double green, purple banner. I think it's minus red or something like that. The spider, I think it's a spider banner. Just to get the rose bow up as soon as possible. Since I'm using Oracle, I don't have a 50% start or anything. I wanted to get the rose bow up as soon as possible, and most of the time I didn't even need it, as you can see here. I did not even use the rose bow, but I'm sure you will later on if you're trying to do everything in the first 2 days for whatever reason. But if not, your medals, your tokens will keep up with this, and it should be fine. Here's the last team. It's pretty interesting. We're trying to use Centurigon. Now, the idea with Centurigon is it turns skulls into wild cards, right? So you want a troop that makes skulls. Now, the first troop that comes to mind that makes skulls, that's the best troop in the game that makes skulls, would be Zul'Goth. In my opinion, you could use whatever else you want. Maybe a doomed weapon could do this. Maybe Bone Dragon or something. I don't know if you can use that for this. I'm just mentioning troops that make skulls in case you want to. But this is the faction assault of Wild Court. So red and green, I think, is the two colors, the restrictions. So if I say a certain troop or weapon that doesn't use red or green, don't correct me in the comments, or do, because it just helps if you leave a comment. But yeah, you want to find troops that make skulls. That way your Centurigon can turn those skulls into wild cards. And it's pretty cool, actually. It works really well, especially with Zul'Goth. Because Zul'Goth just, you get up your Centurigon. I got Centurigon, Mountain Crusher, Zul'Goth, Leprechaun. So Leprechaun gets that mana going, gets Centurigon or Mountain Crusher up right away. I'm using Elementalist class just to level it up. And I think it has a Brown Storm. You get up the Centurigon or the Mountain Crusher and you cast it. And that usually gets up your Zul'Goth pretty quickly. You cast your Zul'Goth, makes a bunch of skulls on the board. Then you cast your Centurigon. Your Centurigon gets all the mana back for your Zul'Goth immediately. Then you cast it again and it one-shots again. Cast your Centurigon. You go back and forth, back and forth. Centurigon, Zul'Goth, Centurigon, Zul'Goth, Centurigon, Zul'Goth. And that's how you win. Look how deep I am, too. I'm on level like 460 on Wild Court, and it's working just fine. I think you would have to be... I don't think it's not gonna be like simple, and you're not gonna just win. And it's not, you're gonna have to be careful at some points if you're this deep. But early on, it should be pretty fine. And I was just doing this because it was neat. You could use Triple Ferocity Rage Reaver for this. You could use Tesla for this. You could use Gargoyles for this. You could use Ketris for this. You could use Rowan for this. You could use Gobtruffle for this. You could use Queen Beatrix for this. You could use Arachnean Weaver for this. But I was just trying to make a neat team with Centurigon. And it's just neat how he goes back and forth. I guess neat is my word of the day. But Centurigon and Zul'Goth go back and forth so well. And you'll get a random Devour every once in a while with the Centurigon, which is cool too. But anyway, that's my 3 teams for today. If you don't have Zul'Goth, use Triple Ferocity Rage Reaver or Tesla. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for that live stream, 10 a.m. EST.